What's going on, guys? Welcome back into another video, and today we are a third of the way through 2020. I mean, it's crazy to think of where we are today after the insanity of what's happened so far this year. But with that being said, we are a third of the way through the year, and who knows when we're going to be in a theater again? Who knows when we're going to get a big batch of new releases? So today I thought I would sit back, relax, and rank all of the 2020 releases that I've seen so far this year. So I've seen 21 releases this year. I fudged a little, I didn't fudge a little bit of it, but like I made a lot of exceptions this year. Last year I was pretty hard struck. Like I didn't give many exceptions. I didn't allow a lot of things to slide, but there's so much happening this year and we're not going to be able to see as many movies that I let some stuff slide, like some documentaries. I saw a comedy special. I'm letting that stuff slide. So let me know down below in the comments, what is your favorite movie of 2020 so far that has come out? There have been some pretty good bangers that have come out so far this year. It's just there haven't been a lot. So let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I've seen 21 2020 releases so far. There is a pretty hefty amount of short films in here. So basically what's going to happen is I'm going to tell you the ranking. I'm not going to get too deep into it because there's really not a lot to say. For the feature films, I will give a little bit, but I'm not going to say a lot. And then we will get more into it as we get higher up on the list. But without further ado, thanks so much for taking the time to click on the video, like, comment, subscribe, and all that means the absolute world. Let me know down below in the comments again, what is your favorite 2020 release so far this year? And I think without further ado, let's just hop right into it. So coming in at number 21 is The Last Thing He Wanted. This was a Netflix original film. I was actually highly anticipating this, so this makes it like the most disappointing film of the year. The cast is great. You've got the likes of Anne Hathaway, Willem Dafoe, Ben Affleck. I mean, come on, that looks awesome. I believe it's based off a true story, and so right up my alley. You got a great cast, film's based off a true story, but it was just bland. It didn't work. You did not feel anything for these characters. The story was bland, the writing was bland, everything. It was just a bad time. I did not enjoy it. I didn't have a good time at all. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't want to trash it anymore. We're gonna move on. So coming in at number 20 is To All the Boys, P.S. I Still Love You. Now, I'm not the biggest rom-com fan at all, so going into this, I wasn't really expecting much. And look, it's a cute film, like, you know, it's got its quirks, it's got some cute moments. I love Jordan Fisher in general as a multi-talented, just superstar, but it didn't work for me. The main character is very shallow in this film. She makes a lot of really bad decisions that are trying to make her look, I don't know how to say it, but they're trying to make you feel bad for her, when in reality you're like, that's just a dumb thing to do, or you're just a jerk. Like, it made her look a lot worse than I think they were trying to make her look. I think they were really trying to tear her apart and make us feel sorry for her, but for me, that didn't happen. The logic just wasn't there. She was shallow. A lot of the writing was not great. There's a lot of drama in here that just didn't need to happen and was just kind of brought on for sake of plot. So overall, I felt like it was very sloppily done. I didn't feel for the main character at all, which I think was their goal, was for us to feel for the main character. I didn't feel for her at all. And yeah, I mean, if you don't have an enjoyable, likable main character, I mean, what do you have? So comes at number 20 on my list. Coming in at number 19 is Downhill, another one I was looking pretty forward to. You've got Julia Louis-Dreyfus and you've got Will Ferrell. I mean, come on, that's going to be a hilarious comedy. It was okay. I went into it hearing a lot of the reviews, so I didn't have very high hopes. I wasn't per se disappointed because I kind of went into it with low expectations, but I wanted it to be better. There are funny moments, but it's not really a funny movie. You get this comedy duo that is like Hall of Fame level, and you put them in a basically entirely serious movie. And look, they both have acting chops that are not just funny, but that's what they're known for. And it came off kind of weird, kind of off, and I just didn't end up enjoying it as much as I wanted to. The ending was a little out there. I wasn't really sure what it meant, and overall, it was okay. I saw it in theaters. It was one of the last movies I saw in theaters, I believe, and yeah, it's kind of all I really have to say about it. But it comes in at number 19 on my list. Coming at number 18 is What Did Jack Do? This is short film directed by David Lynch, where it's him talking to a monkey who is accused of murder. It's a short film on Netflix. Go check it out if you haven't. Really, it was okay. It was kind of a little too freaky for me. I didn't really understand it. It didn't make a lot of sense. There wasn't a lot of story, and yeah, it's a short film, but in short films, you're supposed to tell a story. And yeah, I mean, that was kind of it. I mean, it was entertaining to watch a monkey talk, and some of the dialogue was funny, but I'm never really gonna watch. I'm not gonna want to watch this film again. It was subpar. I mean, it was cool, but it's kind of it, and it comes at number 18 on my list. Coming at number 17 is Spencer Confidential, another Netflix original film that I was decently looking forward to. You've got Winston Duke, Mark Wahlberg, and it's Peter Berg once again. They are teaming up once again, and obviously the latter half of the Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg films haven't been the best. The first half were really, really good, but this one I kind of just took myself out of like being critical, reviewing, and I was just like, let's just have fun with this one, because that's what this is going to be. It's just going to be a fun time sitting, watching some action, watching Mark do his thing, and that's what it was. The story was shaky. It was okay. It was a lot of plot conveniences. A lot of things happened in the film that were like kind of frustrating logic wise, but overall it was a fun time. I thought Winston Duke and Mark Wahlberg had great chemistry together. I thought the final fight was pretty entertaining. And yeah, that's kind of it. If you want to go have a fun time, if you want to get out of this quarantine thing and forget about that, put this on, just sit back, relax, shove some popcorn in your mouth, and just have a good time with it, because that's what this is. This is a fun movie, action-packed movie that's just there for you to have fun. Coming at number 16 is After Hours. This is the short film for The Weeknd that is, I guess, the precursor to his new album. Personally, I have not watched his album, but yeah, I mean, it was cool. It was shot very well. There wasn't a lot of story, but that's not really what I was looking for. I was kind of just looking for like some cool visuals, which The Weeknd always has some cool visuals. It was like an elongated music video, but they called it a short film. But it was cool. I mean, I don't really have a lot to say about it because it was only like 5 minutes long, so I'm not really going to critique it a lot. But I mean, it was cool. I'd watch it again. It was pretty to look at. It had some cool visuals. Comes at number 16 on my list. Coming at number 15 is Sonic the Hedgehog. I believe that's the second behind Downhill, the second theatrical released movie that I saw this year. Look, if you haven't seen my review, go check it out. It's a fun movie. The CGI with Sonic I liked it. I didn't mind Sonic. Jim Carrey is an absolute standout in this film. He's fantastic. He totally runs away with this film. The story's heartwarming and charming. And it's good. I mean, it's not God tier or anything, but everyone was going into it thinking it would be an F. I think I rated it like, I don't remember what I rated it, like a B- or something. I rated it a C. I rated it a C. It's a run-of-the-mill, relatively good film, and I enjoyed it. I was not disappointed because I went with very low expectations and had a good time with it. So yeah, I mean, I believe it's out on VOD now, so go check it out if you haven't. Have your kids watch it. It's a lot of fun, and it comes in at number 15 on my list. We got two Disney shorts in the next two. So at 14 is Lamplight, 13 is Playdate with Destiny. I'm going to do them just real quick. 14, Lamplight. Pretty good. Like to see where Bo Peep came from after Toy Story 2. It's kind of all I really need to say. The animation is incredible. It's Toy Story 4 animation all over again. It's cool to see where Bo Peep ended up, and back in the Toy Story universe, which is really awesome. That's kind of it. It was short. It comes at number 14. Number 13, Played It with Destiny. This played before Onward. It was cool to see finally The Simpsons be really injected into Disney because it was played before a Pixar movie. It was cute. I got a chuckle out of it. I think Maggie Simpson looking for a lover as a little kid and having these fantasies about love stuff was very, very adorable. And especially playing before Onward, I thought it was cool. I really enjoyed it. 13 on my list. Coming at number 12 is The Scheme. This is a documentary on HBO about the FBI investigation to the NBA and paying players. It was very well done. I love sports documentaries. There will be a review of The Last Dance coming out after it is done, and I'm sure it'll be very high on my list because I am very much enjoying it right now. I will say that much. But overall, this is a really well done. It's very interesting. You have the actual guy that was involved in all of this talking for the first time. He was very candid. He didn't hold anything back, and that led to a very good interview, and two, interesting doc about what happened. I'm not going to say that anyone did anything because I don't really know what happened, but I think the documentary was very well done. Kudos to HBO for doing a very great job. I enjoyed it. It's very interesting. It comes at number 12 on my list. Coming at number 11 is Code 8. This is an independent film by Stephen Amell and Robbie Amell. Technically, it came out last year, but it really hit Netflix this year and came out big this year, so I'm counting it. Come on, there hasn't been a lot of movies. Humor me, please. But it was interesting. The thing I liked so much about it was the world building. The world was really built well. Seeing this world with these robot police and these UAV type drones and the people with powers and all of this. It was very interesting and very well done. The acting was pretty good. I love Stephen Amell in anything he does. Overall, very interesting concept. Executed pretty well for it being an independent film that was basically shipped straight to DVD and then came out on Netflix later. It was very well done, and I really enjoyed it. It got like a B+, I think, so it did really well. If you have not seen it, it's out on Netflix right now. Go check it out. But yeah, it comes at number 11 on my list. Coming at number 10 is Miss Americana. This is the documentary on Netflix about Taylor Swift. Look, I am always a very big fan about seeing into the looking glass at a very, very famous person's life. Taylor Swift is the top tier A-list of famous. And this was a very raw, very, very deep look into Taylor Swift's life, and she didn't hold back. She talked about all the different controversies, and I give her props for that because it's very hard to talk about your personal life, especially when it's under so much scrutiny, and she did that. With that, those lead, again, like I said with The Scheme, to great interviews, which lead to great answers to a great doc. Netflix did very well. It was a very well executed doc. It got so many great things, great interviews, great everything. And we really got to see the rise and the fall and the rise again of Taylor Swift. I'm not a Taylor Swift fan music-wise, but look, I'll root for her. Cool, whatever. It was a good doc. That's all I'm going to say. So, comes in number 10 on my list. It's pretty good. Go check it out if you haven't. Coming in at number 9 is Extraction, the film that I reviewed last week. Go check it out. The Chris Hemsworth, Russo brothers produced Netflix film. What more can I really say about it? I talked about it last week. It's very well done filmmaking-wise. It looks beautiful. The cinematography is beautiful. Everything about it is beautiful. It's a Chris Hemsworth-led action film. Chris Hemsworth is great in this movie. His relationship between him and the kid is awesome, and the action is fantastic. The action drives this movie. This is an action-based movie, and without the action, it would be pretty stale. But there's a lot of phenomenally executed action in this film. It's such a thrill ride from start to finish. I highly enjoyed it. The pacing was like nothing. It was 2 hours that went by so fast. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend you check it out, and it comes in at number 9 on my list. Coming in at number 8 is Onward, Pixar's newest film. I went into it hearing the reviews were so I went into it with relatively low expectations, and I ended up really enjoying it. The chemistry between Tom Holland and Chris Pratt and their characters is fantastic. The world building is great. The mythicalness of the world was really intriguing. This was a take that we hadn't seen before in Pixar, and they really took it and they really executed it. This was a sequel. This was not a sequel. This was not a continuation of a franchise. This was a new original idea, and I think it was done very well. And like any Pixar movie, it packed an emotional punch at the end. It did. I cried man tears. They were great. It's a great movie. You should go check it out. It's out on Disney Plus right now. So if you have Disney Plus, it's out for free. Go check it out. It's a lot of fun, and it comes in at number 8 on my list. Coming in at number 7 is Bad Boys for Life. It's great. I mean, it is. This is. Oh, and Onward was the last movie I saw in theaters before everything got shut down. I wanted to say that as well. Bad Boys for Life, back to what we're saying, is a lot of fun. Will Smith, Martin Lawrence are so great together. The story's relatively intriguing. I mean, there's some flaws. Everything's not the best. There's some great emotional punches. There's some great action sequences. A lot of it is like Extraction. But where Extraction lacks in story and character, Bad Boys for Life has. So you take all the good about Extraction and add even more to it. More story, more emotion, more plot. All done very well. All executed very well. It is my favorite Bad Boys movie of the 3. I have seen all 3. It's my favorite Bad Boys movie of the 3. I really enjoyed it. Can't wait to watch it again. I actually have it on 4K now. But it comes in number 7 on my list. Coming in number 6 is Goldman V Silverman. This is a short film starring Adam Sandler and Benny Safdie. It's kind of something they filmed, I guess, right after Uncut Gems. It happens in Times Square. It's about a guy that's all in gold and a guy that's all in silver. They're street performers. And there is a very deep message in here. I don't think I've completely pinpointed it, but I have tried. And a lot of it just has to do with no matter where you think you are in life or where you think someone else is, they may not be okay. So you have, the gold guy saying that, tormenting the silver guy and thinking that he's so much better than him. And the gold guy, played by Adam Sandler, you see him at the end, he's broken. He is just as broken as the silver guy. And that was very powerful. And there's no dialogue in this film, but with that, it was done very well. So I would go check it out. It comes in at number 6 on my list. Coming in at number 5 is Troop Zero. This was an Amazon Prime exclusive, I believe. I had no idea what to expect going into this film. I just kind of watched it one night on a whim, and it left me very emotional. It is a very phenomenal, emotional film. The lead girl, the little girl, is fantastic. It's got a great supporting cast. It's so endearing. It's so cute. It's so it's such an underdog story that is done so well. I really enjoyed it. I would highly recommend you guys go check it out. It comes in at number 5 on my list. We're getting into it, everybody. Number 4 is The Gentleman. I just rewatched this the other day with my mom and sister, and I really enjoyed it even more the second time than I did the first time. You got such a fantastic cast. Just an amazing cast. And led by Guy Ritchie, and it was just done so well. The storytelling is amazing. Overall, such a fantastic time. It was funny, quirky, so many great moments. It was just so well done. I would highly recommend you go check this out. It's one of my favorites of the year, and it comes in number 4 on my list. Coming in at number 3 is Birds of Prey. I really, really, really enjoy this film. Harley Quinn is fantastic. Margot Robbie, I would say, as Harley Quinn is fantastic. Having the story be like a MacGuffin story, going after one specific thing and having all of these parties converging was a lot of fun, and then having a lot of the parties team up to take on one enemy party is awesome. I really hope we see more of the Birds of Prey because I wanted to see all of these characters come together and really fight, and it was so great. And The storytelling, again, in this movie is really well done. Having Harley Quinn be the narrator, you don't know what's real, you don't know what's fake, but you just go along with it on this story. It's a lot of fun. I would highly recommend it. It comes out on Blu-ray in a few weeks. I'm very excited to get a copy of it, and it comes in number 3 on the list. Coming in number 2 is Chris D'Elia, No Pain. It is his comedy special from this year. I love Chris D'Elia. He's one of my favorite stand-up comedians, let alone comedians in the world right now. He is one of my favorites. This is another good set. It's not my favorite. He has other sets like The Man on Fire, I think is my favorite set that he's ever done. But this one is great in its own. There are great bits, great setups, great jokes. I would highly recommend you go check it out. It's a lot of fun. I've seen it multiple times now. I've laughed my butt off every single time I've watched it. It's great. Go check it out. It comes at number 2 on my list. But coming in at number 1 on my list, my absolute favorite movie of this year, is The Invisible Man. I loved this movie. Loved this movie. And I had no idea what to expect going in. But if you haven't checked out my review, go check out my review. I'm more in depth in my review than I am here, but the way that it was executed, the Invisible Man-ness was executed with production design and sound design and moving little things, and you really had to pay attention and focus to everything that was happening. And that was something that was done so well in this film. It's not really a horror film. It's a psychological thriller, and you are on the edge of your seat the entire time. There are OMG moments in this film that you're like, what is happening? It still blows my mind to this day how this movie was, how it ended up, what happened. It was absolutely insane. It's my favorite movie of the year. It got, I think, a 97, I think I gave it. Like, that's pretty good. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. It's fantastic. Elizabeth Moss is the lead. She is fantastic. Everything about this film is almost perfect. It's right there. Comes in number 1 on my list. But guys, that is pretty much it. That is it. Invisible Man comes in at number 1 on my list. Let me know down below in the comments again, what is your favorite movie of 2020 so far? I know there hasn't been a lot. I know. But we'll work with what we got. But guys, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for taking the time to click on the video, like and comment, subscribe, and all that means the absolute world. Please make sure you're staying inside, staying safe. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video.